For people who've had a shoulder dislocation in which the ball pops out of the socket, many will need to undergo surgery. Now for most, it's pretty straightforward. They get surgery, they get better with the help of physical therapy, and they move on. And for most people, that works great. But for a significant small percentage of patients, the shoulder pops out again, even after surgery. And that can happen months or years later. And for those unfortunate patients, they'll ask, why did this happen to me? I did everything right. I did the physical therapy. A study published in 2024 looked at this problem and gives us some deeper insight. And what it found is that there's one thing that surgeons can do right there in surgery that can reduce the risk of this happening by up to 2/3. Hi, I'm Dr. Edmond Cleeman. I'm an orthopedic surgeon here in New York. I specialize in sports medicine and arthroscopic surgery. Let's talk about what actually happens when the shoulder dislocates. So the shoulder is a ball in a socket, and running around the rim of the socket is a ring called the labrum. And it helps deepen the socket and helps keep the ball in there. And when the shoulder dislocates, usually out the front, it can tear that bumper. And that's the main thing that happens that people think about when they dislocate their shoulder. Now there's another thing that can happen. And what happens is that the ball gets dented when it gets dislocated. And that's called a Hill-Sachs. The patient is lying on their side, so the socket is on the bottom of the screen. The ball more towards the top. You could see this big defect, which is this reddish color. That's the dent, the defect in the ball. The standard surgery that we do for someone who's had a shoulder that's dislocated or has multiple dislocations, what we call an unstable shoulder, is an arthroscopic procedure. So this is a minimally invasive procedure. We make these small little incisions about 1 centimeter. And what we're doing is we're taking that labrum, that Bankart, and we're repairing it back to the socket where it tore off, and the ligament we tighten up as well. And that works fantastic for many, many patients. But here's the problem. Here's the catch, if you will. That defect, that Hill-Sachs defect, that dent. So when someone's rotating their arm and putting it in certain positions, it can catch on the socket and can sometimes force the shoulder to dislocate and pop back out again. And so that's why in some patients they can still dislocate even after they've had the surgery, because for them in that surgery they had the Bankart or the labrum repaired, but they didn't have the dent addressed. And because of that, there is the risk that it can catch and then cause a dislocation again. This is where a technique called remplissage comes in to help us. And remplissage is a French word for filling. And so essentially what the surgeon is doing is they are filling that defect, that dent. And what we use is that one of the rotator cuff tendons that's running right by the defect, we can sew it into the defect to fill it up. And when you do that, you prevent the dent, that defect from catching the socket, to prevent it from wanting to come out again. This is the same patient lying on their side. On the bottom is the socket, on top is the ball. The reddish defect is the Hill-Sachs. In this next image, we have the sutures already in place in that defect. And then here in the final picture, you could see the remplissage. The rotator cuff tendon has been repaired and fills in the defect. In 2024, researchers published a study where they randomized patients who were undergoing surgery for a shoulder dislocation. And they took some patients and they had them just get the Bankart procedure, which means just the labrum was fixed, and the other patients got both the Bankart and the remplissage, and they randomized about 100 patients. One got this one got the other, and then they followed these patients for about 4 years to see what happened. Here's what they found. In the Bankart only group, 22% of patients re-dislocated. That's roughly 1 in 5. But in the Bankart plus remplissage group, only 8% re-dislocated. Now, when you include both dislocations where the shoulder fully popped out again, or what we call a subluxation, where it's kind of slipped a little bit and it's an uncomfortable feeling, the studies also showed a big difference, even bigger. And here what they found was that in those patients who only had the Bankart, they had about 30% of people who had this feeling of instability versus only 10% in those patients who had the remplissage together with the Bankart. Now, one study is always worth taking seriously, especially if it's a well-done study which is randomized like this study. But it's hard to argue with 12 studies. And in 2024, a meta-analysis from researchers at Harvard and Johns Hopkins pooled data from 12 different studies and confirmed these findings from this study. Their conclusions: adding remplissage makes patients 9 times less likely to experience a recurrent instability and nearly 3 times more likely to return to sport. Now, remplissage surgery is not for everyone who's had a shoulder dislocation. It's critical that the patient has a Hill-Sachs defect. Those are the patients who would get the remplissage. Now, there's some cases that we might not do it in, and in those cases, it's typically where the patient on the socket side has lost a significant amount of bone. So again, the dent is on the ball side, but if on the socket side they've lost a lot of bone, they might be indicated for a different type of procedure to put back some of that lost bone. Let's wrap up this video and go over a few key points. Number 1, if you've had a shoulder dislocation and you're undergoing surgery, if there is a Hill-Sachs defect, the science strongly suggests that adding a remplissage will reduce the risk of it popping out again after you've had surgery. Number 2, having the remplissage might reduce your range of motion a little bit. And number 3, it's important that you know your anatomy, speak with your surgeon, ask them, do you have a Hill-Sachs defect, and would you be a good candidate for a remplissage? Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you know someone who's having shoulder surgery for a shoulder dislocation, please share it with them. I look forward to seeing you in my next video or in my office.